Wait, we have to talk about The Masked Singer. First of all, nobody knows it's you.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how this experience came about? Because the fact that you made it all the way to the end and nobody knew it was you is genius. Like, what was the experience? How did you get it? Give us a little bit of background on that.
It was the best experience. I've been wanting to be on the show. I love it. We presented like 2 years ago and I said to them, I want to be on the show. I love the show. And they were like, okay, well, definitely. We'd love to have you.
Okay.
So they called for me to be on the show and I was so excited. And they had this character, Snow Cone. And they said, because you're from Colorado, we just think it's a funny nod. And one of the Hills producers is now one of the main producers on The Masked Singer. And he was one of the only producers I was like close to, loved, you know, because it was like very divided. And it was so great to see him. And he was like, you can do this. He was like, I'm telling you, you're as good of a singer as anyone on here. So he like came into my trailer in between. He was like, you got this, because I was feeling really nervous.
Are you nervous preparing for, like, truly, do you get nervous when you're getting up? Like,
I do. Like, I have to calm my heart down because the adrenaline is unexplainable. I think that's why a lot of people get addicted to performing, because even the biggest stars, a lot of them say they get that adrenaline before you go on.
Yeah.
There's nothing like the energy, because if you think about people and energy, you're getting a whole room of energy focused on you.
That's so true.
So it's intense, right? And you're performing for them and you want to do so great. So anyways, the whole thing was great from the beginning. You wear the hood, you can't show any skin or hair. You have to wear this visor, that don't talk to me sign. And then you go in your trailer and there's like one person who knows who you are. And they'll like come and bring things because you can't like wear it all the time. And then it's pretty secretive. Then you have your dressers. You go into a room and there's two people who like put on the costume. And it takes 20 minutes to get like these costumes on. So you're like standing there, you're getting dressed.
Do you say anything specifically to yourself before getting out there? You're like, let's go, you got that. Like, or is there anything that gets you calm and ready to go?
Yeah, I do. Like, I'll say a prayer and then I'm like, all right, thank you for this opportunity. I'm so excited to be here. No matter what it is, it's going to be great. I'm here. I've done the work. I know I can do this and I'm ready to go.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
okay.
So that's what I do. I'm like, okay, I'm prepared.
Yeah.
I'm good. You got this. Take a deep breath. You know, it's like you're like going out.
I'm nervous. I'm not even going out there. Wait, I can't.
So it was great. And then I did suffer from a hemorrhage on my vocal cords. And that was the end of my journey there, because it like kind of paralyzed my neck with that. Because I did some like dance move with straining it too hard. And it was just a bad recipe for it. So I couldn't really even talk to my kids for almost 3 weeks. And I was like whispering and like, you know, clapping and doing all these things, which was so stressful and debilitating. And I'm trying to rehearse and I can't rehearse. I'm like, guys, I can't sing. I was like, I think I'm going to have to drop out. We're talking to them. I'm like, I don't even know if I can do one more performance, you know, and I'm like typing things and writing things. I can like not even talk. I'm going to all these specialists. I'm having ENT, put the thing down my throat. It was like, she's like, yeah, because it's a cut. You know, it's like a cut. And she's like, if you keep singing, this is going to get really serious. And she's like, if you go through, I think you're still going to have to drop out. She's like, I don't think it's worth having this the rest of your life.
It could be like career ending. Like, what's the point?
Yeah, like I'm still suffering from it. I still have to go to specialists. I still have to go to vocal coaches, you know, because you're singing live and raw, right? So you get one shot on The Masked Singer. And you have zero of any type of auto-tune. Everyone has auto-tune at their shows. It's like gloss on your hair, you know, like that's still your...
So there's no auto-tune. No. This is your voice.
Raw. That's it.
But you killed
one shot. So it was so freaking fun.
Were you so proud of yourself? Like,
I was.
Honestly, was it like a big dream that you were like,
yeah,
I did it?
Yeah, I was like, I did it. You know, every time it was going to air, I'm like, can I hear it? What does it sound like? I don't know.
God.
But the Britney one was my favorite, and that's the one I felt the best in, and I knew the best, and I felt like it displayed my vocals the best. So that was the one, and that is the one where I got the injury. So I was like, oh, man. But
you went out with a bang.
Yeah,
you went out
I
with
did.
Britney, so it's fine.
I know, totally. Yeah.
I'm just so proud of you, because I don't think people realize how hard it is to put yourself out there. And again, when you're coming from like when people already have opinions or already think like the internet is brutal.
Yeah.
So to be able to put yourself out there and actually live out a dream, like best example you can set for any woman out there.
Yes.
How did the whole festival come up for the weekend? Like for July, the weekend, July?
Yeah, they just reached out because last year I did so many performances too, right? I did London, and that was like 35,000 people, and that was incredible. And I think this festival is similar. So I have a lot of experience, but this is my first 1 hour show. I've only done like 30 minutes. So 1 hour is
That's a good concert.
Longer.
It's like a full concert with.
I know. So I'm preparing, but my kids are my priority. So I have to have X amount of days with them. And then all my rehearsals keep getting canceled because this kid was sick. And then I had to, and then one fell off the playground. And then this and that.
Especially in school.
Yeah, I've missed so much rehearsal that I'm feeling like a little stressed.
No,
so
you're going to be amazing.
I gotta lock it in.
You're going to be amazing. And how do
Thank you.
do the kids love that you're a pop star? Like do they see you on stage and like
they love
my
it.
fucking mom.
Yeah, they love it. They want to come, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you guys. I have to work, and I can't be worried about you. And if you guys don't sleep, or you're going to be up, then you're going to, I gotta sleep.
Yeah.
I gotta lock in. I'll see you when I get home. When mom becomes a bigger pop star, you can come to other ones. But especially my 3-year-old, he'd be running on the stage and crying. I'm like, I cannot.
Like you need to just focus and do it.
Yeah.